Excuse me. How's everyone today? Everybody is having a good day. Hey, Sensei. How are you, man? How's my audio today? Hopefully it's good. Just working on some of the tasks for the heat wave. Bought some stuff off the prize wall. And just gonna bang out this red stip tour real quick. Hey, Evo. How are you, man? Crazy Dina. How are you? Hey, Boji's Donjay, how are you? Crazy as ever? Well, that's good to hear. Hey, happy birthday, Boji's! Right on, Evo. Hey, Magic Man, how are you? How old or young are you, Boji's? Oh, I wasn't paying attention, so I don't know what traps are what right now. So let's just go for the yellow since that builds the buff. And of course I was wrong. Oh, nope, there I caught one, lucky. Hey, Momo, are you saying hi? You gonna hang out for the stream? Hi. Hey, Benny, how are you, man? 41? We are very close, Boji's. I am 42. Hey, Wilpus, how are you, man? Hopefully you're having a good day. I would love to land a blast gem in here somewhere. Not quite where I wanted it. I wanted to be able to keep hitting the yellow. So we'll do this route. Wow. That was amazing. My thoughts on this showdown. So I thought the prize wall was really good. Hey, Recognize, how are you? BMW, that's a name I haven't seen in a minute. How are you? Recognize, Hell's Gamer. Blag, how are you? No recent rescues lately, Crazy Dina. Hey, Mid Carter. No doubt. Sib, that's a good question. I thought the prize wall was really good. Assuming you played Showdown, you were gonna get a Taker plate for free, which to me is a very high-end plate, or a La Familia. Both are very, very useful. Wow, none of those were it either. I did get the extra turn proc, okay. So that part I thought was good. I do, as 6-star rolls around now, I think the old problem, which is a new problem, which isn't really a new problem, will come back. That being the matchmaking, which I did post on the forum about. I think that'll be somewhat of a problem for a lot of people. So I posted a forum post. I'd love to get some support on that, where you either get attacked way too much or not at all, which definitely is an issue for some people. Let me post the link for that, actually. Just trying to get ahead of it before it becomes worse, because every showdown now will see more 6 stars, and it'll become a bigger issue for people. It wasn't hard for me, but I understand that I am not the whole community, so I wanted to get that started today. So there's a link. If you post coherent stuff about the matchmaking in particular, not whether you like Showdown, Prize Wall, that kind of stuff. It's specifically about the matchmaking to get it looked into. Tiger has a really good post in there, informative post that is very, very good. Also, Patty Cakes and Ivy Girl, how are you? Hey, TTV, Bear Cave, another Familia play. Nice. So, who did I use against sixes? No, that's a great question. Hey, RJ, how are you? Against sixes, I used Mutant Seth with Mutant Link. I'm good, Turbo. How are you? I did use Mutant Roman, who is extremely rare. However, he wasn't really tagging in. I just used Seth a bunch. And it basically, I got to 1200. Okay, right? Like, it wasn't too bad. I was farming my wins for the contest superstars as I was going up. And then around 1200 it got really hard, and I got like for a few minutes I just closed out the game. I'm like, this is dumb, I don't want to deal with it, I don't want to fight sixes. I was kind of being for me, I was being a baby for me. Right, like, I'm just like, I don't care, I don't want to deal with it. I gave it a little bit, and then came back and just started attacking the sixes, and I had double promoters on, and I was attacking people much higher than me. They were like 1700 notoriety, so I was getting like 60 notoriety a pop with my promoters, and it really only took like 6 matches to max. But that being said, I was in the what I'm calling the invisible bracket or invisible bucket, where you don't get attacked. The first part of Showdown, I got attacked 3 times, the whole first part, and the second half less than 10 with defensive fodder in the entire second day. So I was in that bracket that just didn't get attacked, which is great if you don't have a strong defense, but horrible if you do, because you miss out on a bunch of defensive Showdown coin point wins. So the point of the post is trying to get a consistent experience for everyone in Showdown. Whatever side you're on, because I knew it was going to be very frustrating for a lot of people with the 6-star wall, and a ton of us, myself included, don't have a usable Showdown 6-star. Yeah, RJ, exactly, which is why hopefully we can get some more traction on that post, right? But I do know a lot of people with strong defenses that were getting attacked a lot that ended up doing very well in the event because of it. Just not a consistent across the board. That's the key, right? You need somebody to deal with a 6-star. Rob the Boss, there is a spot other than the blog where you can actually see exactly what you need to do, even if it's not in that first screen. I don't know if a lot of people are unfamiliar with it. I think I can show you. Yes, Sib. Tiger's post is great, and that shows exactly what was talking about and didn't have screenshots for. So hopefully that'll help. That's exactly the kind of post that is super useful to hopefully get the situation solved. And Furpo said the team would look into it and to start a post on the forum, so he's aware of it, and then the team can look into it. So hopefully they can try and get that sorted. Also, like, you tend to see the same people over and over again in your bucket. So like, I saw mostly the same 15-20 people all Showdown long, and so like the people in my bracket weren't really lowering their defense and things like that. So yeah, it does show on the contest subsection, Rob, I'm sorry. But it would be a lot simpler to go back and forth just by hovering over that section and being able to see. So I do agree with you. It's a simple quality of life thing. Also, they are looking into doing something about that. That was talked about on the last month we were on a conference call, we being the content creators and some of the mods, and that was something the UI designer wants to iron out and make happen. That doesn't mean it will happen, but it's something they want to. So there's that. I saw TNT a lot. I saw Ed a lot. I saw Punisher a lot. Some guy with named Jeff. Cerzoro a lot. A bunch of people with 6 stars, 2 of them. I saw Evo a bunch. I gave him a bunch of free defensive wins when I couldn't find anyone with fodder. So yeah, I saw a lot of the same people all showdown long. Hey Team Hellahard, how are you? But yeah, oh yeah, I saw Insane Joker a bunch. I gave him a bunch of defensive wins because he's in my faction. But the CSS was the harder part for me because, like I said, there wasn't really anyone running fodder in mine. So I had to work around that. That took a lot longer than I wanted. So Showdown was that part. It's been that way for a very long time, so I don't know. It just didn't matter before because everyone had golds and stuff, and a lot of people were putting fodder in. But the defensive wins is actually a thing, so I can't blame people if they're in the bucket where they're getting tacked a lot. I can't blame someone for keeping their strong defensive team in and getting as many points as they can. That doesn't bother me. Yeah, Blag, I think we were in the same one. Gable for me, Bogies. I can see why people would take Ford. I just really love Gable's kit. Tubob, thank you for the raid. Welcome in, Raiders. How was your stream, Tubob? I just really like Gable's kit. It's also a newer kit. It's really refreshing. So honestly, I cannot wait to get my own, and I'm gonna YOLO him with the quickness. What is Rumbleverse, Bob? I don't know what that is. You mentioned it earlier, and I just have no freaking clue what it even is. Big whiff. Yeah, nice, Master Jim. All right, like right. Those attacks come in handy sometimes. If you got the defense ready. Fortnite with no building and it's wrestling and stuff. Interesting. Okay, that sounds like it could be fun. Yeah, Evo. I figured. Like I said, I don't blame anyone for not dropping their defense if they're in that bucket getting attacked, as you can get a lot of points, right? So, but that is part of what makes it. And Showdown, realistically, I mean, as nice as it is, and I try to drop mine often. Realistically, there's not much competition wise, you know, when there's fodder defense, but that's just trying to help the community out, right? Because there's a lot of CSS matches and it can be a long grind. But anyway, I know that it's gonna affect people negatively with the wall of 6s. That's going to get more each one until you get somebody that you can deal with it with. So I want to get ahead of it, hence the forum post, before it becomes an even, because it's just going to be a bigger problem every showdown, right? So hopefully they can get it figured out or squared away ahead of time. But yeah, that's why I was saying too, like Riddle and Kofi, characters like that, HBK that can do feud and showdown at the beginning are very important for a lot of people, because showdown is very difficult when we get a new tier typically. And it looks like this is going to be, oh, too much of the board got wiped out there. That sucked. That kills all the damage. But yeah. Yeah, Evo. I'm not sure what's up with it. It is my least, personally, it's my least favorite weekend event game mode. Hey, New Age, how are you? I like the lyrics to your Manic Monday song, the Mherex Monday in this case. Hey, Daniel King, how are you? Stone Cold, what's up? I don't know, like, Showdown in general, I'd personally, and this maybe is not popular with everyone, I just as soon see the weekend event be boss mode and not Showdown. Like, I'd rather have, like, a midweek Showdown or something, and then just keep boss mode, have it twice a month or whatever. Although I do like the Showdown scrimmage where the character's a little more recruitable. So I do like that one. where you can maybe get it, you know, a couple months, 3 months down the road, depending on the situation, right? The first one did, kind of, sort of. I don't know. It was weird. What didn't happen was you didn't get froze. Oh, the shield. I see. You're talking to not about boss battle. You're talking back to showdown. Yes. Evo. There for a while we had that shield thing where you wouldn't get attacked for like 10 minutes or something like that. That's what he's talking about. Hey Miller, how are you? And Country Rules, what's up? The perks is a is a different animal entirely. I count that as something else. Personally, I was not a fan of it. If there was a way to just make them offensive, so that people that wanted to pay for an easier experience or faster experience, I'd be fine with that. Right, but with the 6-star wall and there's such a big separation of have and have not already, that made it worse for the people trying to get there. So I wasn't a fan of it for that reason. And to me, I just don't care for showdown. In fact, this is the first showdown. So to combat that, what I did is I got the showdown defensive perks with that lower MP, and then ran a mutant tag link, so it was -8 MP, and then I could just go in with my mutants, mutant Seth as it were, and everyone would start with, you know, no one started turn 1 on you sort of thing. As for how I run KO, my defense, I used mutant Seth in the first slot. What's his face, mutant Roman in the second slot. Second slot didn't really matter. I wanted the tag link. Any 2 mutants would work. This is how I'm running KO. Santa Hogan 17k and max tour perks lets you start turn 1, improves your output a little bit, with a Titan plate and JBL for red gem damage and stuff. So this is with the Titan plate, so this would be his Titan plate build for Stips. Would do much better if my promoter was higher. There's a bunch of stuff you could do if you cared about leaderboarding. I don't. I mean, you know, that sort of thing. So it's just easy mode, blow crap up. I don't even know what place I'm in. I'm not paying attention. It says 610, 260. Some of these people really go ham for it. And I'm sure they're not using KO, probably. They're probably using something else. I have no idea, though. Yeah, so the blitz, if they want to do the perks again where you can grind for them, that being midweek ahead of the showdown would have been much better. I prefer KO Jimani, if I said that right. Much better to give people more time. Not as opposed to when we had a heavy CSS whatever, but I'd prefer they weren't there at all, personally. I didn't care for the extra perks. I think I get the idea behind it, right? Like, so like if you were struggling and you got those perks, I'm sure they would have made your life way easier. However, it was mostly spend to get them. Because people didn't really have the time, right? So I think I understand the intent. It just didn't kind of work out that way because most of the people who were struggling were people that didn't have 6s, and those people generally aren't going to be the kind of people that are going to spend money to get some weekend perks, right? I mean, you might have, your budget might be $20 to $50 for the whole month, so you're not going to do something like that, right? So my guess is it just sort of missed the boat a little bit there, because I could see a scenario where it would be nice to have them from the offensive perspective. That was my problem with the Donjay in a nutshell, that they counted for 95k of the event points, and that likely would have got me another milestone, so I don't care that they were tied to points at all either. I was very close to within 100k of one more milestone. My top Titan plate candidates, KO for Stip is really good. Give me a second, Zandel. Obviously Sika's up there. People love it on Sika. Motu Becky is up there. Zombie Brian is not one I've seen anyone mention. I think it would be very good on Zombie Brian, to be perfectly honest. New Otis 100%. Mine is on New Otis. My second one. One is on KO, one is on New Otis. Hall of Fame Taker, it's good on. Yep. If you want to go the blue build, for sure. I like Taker's buff in his plate, but I absolutely could see running that on him. On Hall of Fame Taker. Those are probably the really, really big ones that come to mind right off. No, I haven't heard anything about that. That's a fine question, Hoodie. And I would love it if they added them to the Showdown store, right? No, Icon Cena makes sense. So, you know, along those lines, Evo, when we had the feud where we had to use a Triple H, I used this one with this setup, and because of how many Juggernaut gems you put out, 5, and then the fact that you can put, you can destroy the whole board after that goes out, he actually did a crap ton of damage. It just took a couple swipes. It was surprisingly good to me. So that doesn't surprise me about Icon Cena. I could see that too, because he does his thingamajobby where you do this swappity swap, and then this one right here. So the thing is, if you have 17k Santa Hogan, because these, I mean, you could, I think you could maybe, if you put it on an edge, I think you can maybe get this off twice, potentially. No, you pin bar too much. Never mind. Either way, though, he will hit pretty hard. It's interesting, right? So for sure, and it's gonna cycle super easily, and you don't need Santa Hogan for that. So no, I get that. Yeah, you can twice. Okay. Yeah, I also really like the Taker plate, because you only need to break 3 black gems. I feel like that's a really, really good plate too. Really good plate, the Taker plate, because 3 black gems is really easy to break. That bleed on Theory at 6-star looks pretty nutty, actually. Going to 3 turns at a mil damage. You have the Sigil on Ronda, nice. I think the Sigil is incredibly versatile because of how many people it can work on. It's like an easier to use boss plate. You can do a lot with it, and I think long term it's going to be one of those plates that we use a long time. I think Theory is a great 6-star choice if he's a trickster you have. 100%. I don't have any issues with that move. Striker Bliss. I could see that, Evo. 100%. Nice, Stone Cold. Sheamus crown on Acro Dragon. That's actually really interesting. Hey, Oklahoma Thunder, how are you? I'm curious how that works out. Does anyone else put a Sheamus crown on Acro Dragon? I don't have Acro Dragon, so I'm actually pretty curious about that one. I could see this Sigil being extremely good on Mutant Foley instead of his plate. I could see that being really, really good on him as well. Pyro Princess played on Dragon. I could see that one as well. Absolutely. I don't remember which gems are which. Oh well. Tech Ronda, sure. Yeah, that makes sense. And I managed to miss 3 of them. That's why I'm glad I'm not playing for leaderboards, because then I have to pay way more attention. Oh, let's do that. The key to KO is you want to get the yellow, because that's what keeps his gem damage up. And missing the yellow basically means you're not going to do a lot of damage. And then getting pinned is the other bad thing. Real comment, McMenemy. It should be this one. But Sigel's one of those plates that's kind of like a 2 words for you and not quite as flexible, but it is stronger, where there's just a ton of people you're going to be able to use it on. Oh, Striker Rhea, huh? I don't know. That's a good question. Big. That's a really good question. I think her multiply is random area, right? So I think you might end up getting more coverage out of the Sigil plate. To be honest. Hey, Punishment Phil. If you, the strap up pass is probably the best, not probably, the strap up pass in my opinion is the best pass. 10 moves a month is a lot more. 5 is still way better than it was, and I'm pretty happy about that change. Should be able to experiment a lot now. Honestly, right on, Celis. What I really think would be awesome, Sib, is if there was like a practice mode you could go into. It didn't cost health packs or anything, and you could load up just have a generic load set, like everybody had a strap like the Road has, and then you could switch plates around for free in the practice mode, right? Like you could use anyone in the game. Everyone in the game was there in practice mode. And you could use anyone. That would be super fun, like a sandbox sort of mode to test crap. I don't think that'll ever happen. I feel like that would be really hard to pull off, but that would be super cool, right? Like just everyone has a generic strap and road plates, and then you can swap whatever around and just try it out to see. That would be super fun. Yeah, single plate absolutely could be good on Striker Orden. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it would just be fun, right? I think that's a little asking for too much, personally, like, but I still wouldn't mind asking for it, right? Like, I think it's a little too much. Short of that, it would be really cool to be able to have a friends list and, like, spar with your friends. I don't think that would take away from necessarily chasing bad cards. You just load it in afterwards, and honestly, people have trouble figuring it out all the time anyway. People chase bad cards when they shouldn't, and they don't chase good cards when they could, you know? So, yeah. Heck, half the time I can't get anyone to listen to me when I say something's good, so... And I get, like, tons of people like, this card is trash. That's a great question, Zandel. Yeah, Snoop. That's a... McManamy, that's a great example. DX Army Triple H, everyone was like, he's trash. Especially what I found is the trial guys. A ton of the people are like, they're trash, and it's like, no, they really aren't. It's, you know, or somebody watches one build in one preview and then turns it off and thinks that's the card, right? Um, uh, I get on my own stream, I get really I will get really mad about new characters that release, especially when like people haven't played him at like 5-star gold or haven't played him at all, and they're like, this card is trash. It's like, how do you know? Have you played it? You know, like, and then they'll try and convince people of that, and that irritates me for some reason. It's like one of my pet peeves. Back to your question, Zando, which I think is a great one. So as a general rule, if somebody does a board explosion, blow up a lot of board, I like Fury for them, right? Like, you trying to build on what they do well and make them do it better, if that makes sense. Now, if you take someone like, so like Otis, right? Great candidate. He blows up the whole board. He buffs the board with a Titan plate. Fury makes a ton of sense, right? Takedown usually doesn't make sense ever, with a few exceptions. I will take and put takedown on someone like Edge to get more damage on his moves. I might put takedown on it, like his sub build. If you were going to use other ones, not Edge, that's a bad example because he's one click. What's his face, the Showboat sub guy, Lex Luger. I'll use, I think I have takedown on him. I might have switched to Vitality, just so that, you know, when you do the choose move, it hits harder. But anyone like Liv, 100%, where she's got a huge move damage. DX Triple H, who's got high move damage. Takedown are good on those. Miz makes sense. Black Chapters because his kick out is big. Someone like Batista, I actually like armor on Batista. But you might, those are guys that you could. Hall of Fame Snoop, I have Fury on him, but that's because I also run Snoop a different way. I run the green set sometimes. So armor, I like on anyone that uses like power gems, protect gems, that kind of stuff. Anyone that you can put Honky Tonk Man, Powerhouse Stacy, 100% TT Bear Cave, Takedown, NWO plate, chef's kiss. I wish I had her. Honestly, I'm going to say it here first, because I don't think I've said it on one of my public streams. I think Powerhouse Stacy is going to be the best female, not saying it before anyone else. I'm saying me publicly saying it. Powerhouse Stacy is going to be the best female at 6-star that's currently in the game. I really feel like that's the case. I don't know for sure, but just looking at it, she's ridiculous. NWO plate, double takedown. I would start with the sub and then just go sub, stun, finisher, sub, stun, finisher, sub, stun, finisher. I think she's going to be incredible. Even if and perks not really going to matter for her. You're not going to care like what the perks are, right? I mean, Acro Warrior is really versatile. So I think that's a great question. So mine isn't leveled very much. And Acro Warrior is one of those, if you have a 50% gem defense strap, I think that's a no-brainer on Warrior. If you have one of those, I can see Fury being good as well. So yeah, there is the bonus too. So you can also use somebody, you can look at it like I would use a 50% armor strap on someone, or gem defense strap, before I'd use a 20% gem damage, even if they were completely offensive. A lot, Zandel, depends on the whole totality of what I have to work with, right? Um, so if it depends on what straps I have, what metals I have, and how I can make all the pieces fit. You know what I mean? So again, generally I like focusing on what they do well and making it better. But if you can put a 50% gem defense strap on somebody that hits really, really hard, it just makes them hard to get, really hard to kick out of, right? So it just depends how you want to go. So the thing with Warrior is he really can do about anything. So mine isn't super leveled, as you can see. He doesn't have a strap, as you can see. You can run this, or let's do this one. I can beat golds in feud with this moveset really easily. In fact, I did it last feud. And he doesn't really even break a sweat because you can do this ridiculous combo on his sub. It requires red and 2 purples broke the first time and 2 purples the second time in feud. And then you sub him for like 4.5 million damage. So Warrior, you can run whatever you want, really. I would say if you have a good armor set, then you can run Honky Tonk Man. Like if you have high armor metals, if you have a gem defense strap, then you can just do a ton, right? Oh, let's just do these two. I don't think we need a red one this time, but I didn't look, so. And even out of feud, I mean, this is what, 1.4 million out of feud? And it's not, you know, Warrior's just ridiculous. Ridiculously good. You can do a ton with him. Personally, if I could pick any strap, I would pick a 50% gem defense. If I could pick anyone. If I had a 20% gem defense and a 20% gem damage, I probably would take the gem defense, but I don't think it would really matter. He's just a beast. I did it. And like for this build, if you were in tours like we are now and not in feud, I would just run him with Crossbreak Trainer. I personally, Black Amura, would go Honky Tonk Man and Armor Metals. You aren't going to have hardly anyone in Showdown. He'll be unstoppable. Completely unstoppable. You will steamroll through everyone. Maybe not some 6 stars, but yeah. Go Honky Tonk Man, 50% and double gem defense. It'll change your life. Hey Darren, how are you? But we got like what, 400k hit points against 4 million? I mean, I'll just break a few extra for fun here. Hey Vic, how are you? Even the first feud, I didn't have defensive perks to even maxed, so it was just like two subs with Warrior and everyone was dead. Really, really, really good. Like I said, no strap, not leveled up. Yeah, he does. Poor Ivar, indeed. I would love to see actually how hard I hit with him strapped and metaled up after the sub when you blow up the whole board, without sub trainers, right? Like, because there's, I think almost is the X breaks at like 100% or something like that. I think he'd hit really, really hard. Plus, you could actually do this one too. After that, we can do, check this. So that's one, even with cross breaks on the board. Here's two. Here's three. And if he was strapped and stuff, jeez. Let's wait, four on this one. I mean, it's possible I'll cascade and ruin it all because it's me. Yeah, so I mean that's like 128% buff with my level. What is he? 80, 90, 100 warrior or something. And then you can blow the whole board up. So like strapped and properly equipped and stuff. There's just a ton you can do with him. Like, I would call him the Swiss Army knife for the average player. You will get it when it resets, Ferg. You don't get the extra right away. You get it when the monthly resets. He's like, yeah, he can do Showdown, he can do Feud. I think he'd be a great 6-star for a lot of people. You don't need anything super rare to make him great. He's just really good. Warrior is, so. I haven't ran Rhonda in a minute. I guess she's needed for the tours. If there's something else someone would rather see, that's fine. Just let me know. Also, let me check. I think I was ignoring. Oh, we're good. Funny. All right. I haven't played Rhonda in a minute, so let me hit contest. I don't think it really matters as long as you use a sub. I don't think I have a strap equipped to her either, as I recall. Yeah, I don't yet. She's somebody I'm working up though for Dom. So I still need to get her 18K. I don't know. I just started ignoring him as soon as he said stupid showboat, so life's too short. She was on the few back country rules. She's like full on heel. And got a really pretty healy responsive response too, so I think I'm just gonna go with this. Go yellow. But she hasn't been on a lot lately for sure. But she was on a couple episodes. I want to say 3 or 4 episodes ago. Not as silly as your name, though. That's the silliest. Sigil, La Famila plate, Ronda jacket. What's your question? Which one to get, B-Rock? Do you have any of them already? Do you have any targets for them? "22 X break, choose 4 rows, black." No, I don't want to do that. You have none of them? Boy. Do you have Dom? Because if you have Dom, La Familia plate is absolutely needed and makes him really good. So I would say, you have Dom, okay. It's also great. A lot of people really like it on Live. Rhonda's jacket's the worst of the three, and the flaming glove, if you can get that one, is mainly for like Masters of the Universe Austin, Steph, HBK can use it, but like depending on your acro situation, it turns Dom into a nightmare. You can use it on Rocker Sean if you want to use that build, absolutely. Yep. It just turns him into an absolute Dom into a killer, man. He's so good. But I don't know your acro situation. If you want to see Dom real quick with it, mine is only 5-star bronze. Yeah, not really mutant Roman. I mean, like maybe later. I guess his 6-star move is to choose blue, so maybe then. Roman, this is probably the way I'd go now. I tried purple with Running Wild and wasn't impressed. So let's see. Dom though, mine's only 5-star. He does get a blue though, Celis, that you can do some stuff with. Choose blue maybe later. I haven't looked into it really. So I mean, like he's only 5-star bronze. Do you have Rhonda, B-Rock? Sigil is really good. If you can get if you can get 2 and you don't have any of them, honestly I feel like Dom plate and the Taker plate probably gonna do more for you. No Rhonda? Okay. Rhonda plate I don't use on anyone. I have one just sitting there. Oh, no Rhonda. Gotcha. I'm asking, there's delay, so let me put Rock on there since you don't have Rhonda. 1, 2, 3 Kid and Naomi? Either of those? You have both? Perfect. All right. So this would be exactly what it'll play like for you. This is that 5-star bronze. Rhonda, you're probably getting close to. Rhonda makes a big difference. Well, makes a difference. Nice, Mule. I had a good weekend. I was really tired. I slept a lot for me. A lot. I don't know why. Usually I don't sleep really, like 5-6 hours is typical for me. I was sleeping 7 and 8 and then napping 2. I'm not really sure why. Yeah, I don't sleep a ton. 4 to 6. I try to sleep more lately, so I don't get crabby. I'm just gonna see if there's a tech somewhere, so, because since I always beat up on Vader. Yeah, I can use Lacey. Taker played on Braun. I don't know. Braun is one of those that really benefits from the tiara a lot. If you don't have a tiara, maybe. So he's got 4.7 mil. It's going to be a little bit less without Rhonda and being 5-star bronze, but you'll get the idea quite easily. You just recycle like a madman. No, I don't have theory yet. Very close. Very, very close. Did not get him. I didn't want to spend to get him. When I get close, instead of like being like, man, I really need to get them, I tend to just try and be like, okay, I'll get them soon. There's a Mherex trap that would cascade, maybe cascade, I don't know. This looks safer to me. Number 1 candidate for NWO plate is Stacy. Super Stacy. Number 2 candidate, I really like it on Stevie Ray, and I really like it on NWO Seth if you're going to use his finisher and run the triple red. Not that you're probably ever going to need it, but I do like it to buff the finisher as well. Where am I at? I'm in Oregon. I'm gonna go a little bit farther. No, 3, 1, 2, 3. That would be a bad spot. Boy. What are we gonna fall to? Maybe okay. I don't know. Yeah, not too far from Bend. Like I've seen the last Blockbuster. So yeah, this is even without Rhonda. Oh, theory shards? I want to say I'm like 50 away. 50 or 100, something like that. Not bothered by it. I'll get him when I get him. Or I won't get him. And let me check the portal for you, how much the damage goes up on the heal gem real quick. So from 5-star bronze, come here, you. It goes from, where you at? Moves here somewhere. 28k per heal gem damage. At gold, it is 32k. 4k only, not a ton. Let's see if it's 6 stars on there yet. It wasn't before. Maybe it is now. I'm very curious if it is. Holy moly. 6-star goes up to 50k. Yeah, all in on Dom too. Absolutely in on Dom. Team Hella Hard, I would run for Stacy. I would run but a double green, use the sub, choose into the finisher and the stun, right? So sub, drain them, get the buff off of the NWO plate, so 2-3 breaks is gonna fill your stuff, and use the plate to buff it, and then you wouldn't worry about priest and you'd start turn 1, and then it would just be this cycle of sub, stun, huge finisher that got bigger every time. Yeah, Dom's gonna be nuts at 6-star. So anyway, B-Rock, there you go. That's what he would look like without Rhonda. Rhonda just makes it even harder, right? Hey Gav, how are you, buddy? Seamus plate, I'm not actively using it on anyone because Seamus was one of those guys that didn't stay super relevant super long. He was really good when he came out, and then he didn't stay that way super long as we had stuff kind of happen. So I haven't really found a good landing spot for my Seamus plate. to be honest. One that I particularly like. And people wanted to see Lacey. Yeah, I'm happy to do that. So Darren, that is a super good question. If you think if you think this weekend showdown was hard against sixes, wait for a month or two when there's a wall of female 6-stars. You have a little bit longer before it's going to be a deal. But there are a lot less ladies that can deal with a 6-star at 5-star gold than there are guys, right? You have people like Warrior, HBK, both of them, Mutant Seth, and a bunch of tag links. If it's a female lady first showdown or a double lady, boy, is it going to be ugly once there's 6-stars. That won't be fun for anyone, including me. Yeah, they're not competing for shards, just tokens. It's all... So the thing I like about Dom is he plays different than a lot of the top cards that people like, right? And it's very important to have a diversified roster. The worst thing you can do is assume we're going to have the same perks we have now 6 months from now, right? Like, you don't want a bunch of people that can do the same thing. I mean, perks have changed. They'll change again. Probably at this point, I would think sooner than later. It makes sense with 6-star coming out that it would be a time to change it. So, boy, Liv is super good. Dom can feud, Dom can showdown, so can Liv. Liv is really good. She does take a little bit longer than some of them, but at the same time, she could definitely deal with, I think, a lot of problems you might face. Yeah, I was feuding with Dom last feud too at 5-star bronze just to check him out. He's a lot of fun. It's been a minute since I used Lacey. I liked her enough that I took her 5-star back in the day, but we didn't have a good showboat option forever. She cycles back and forth and heals. My go-to is Motu Austin, and I don't have Macho King though. It's been a while. Oh man, it's been a long time since I played her. It's we're way harder than 3 mil. Celis. I mean, the big thing to be worried about is using the wrong shards, Vic. The tokens are going to be a lot easier to come by, I think. I might actually do this instead. She was one of the free ones, New Age. Not free ones, if you did the crappy thing and you got really unlucky. I don't know AK6 who will be my first. Gable, I guess. I'll probably use Gable for Showdown, because he's going to be my first 6-star. Regardless, right? So, I guess that. Yeah, she should. She has decent, Decent move damage too, so likely I will do something with that. I don't know if I have a strap equipped to her or not. Lacey can use the boss plate. You are not wrong. I do. I even have some of it unlocked. Well, that makes this easier. Um, if I got Stacy, she would be my first. Super Stacy. I'm 450 shards away though, so that's not gonna happen anytime soon. I really like Liv as the other one, and Molly. Becky's probably good. Powerhouse Bex. Tech Becky's really good. Go away, New Age. Honestly, I could see myself taking up Flare, Icon Flare, as well. I could see that happening because of the token situation. The shards is the hard part, though. So when you start asking questions like this, I just don't have enough shards for any of them. That's the downside. And I think Molly's the only one that I'm kind of close to. Right now.
Hello.
Hi.
I did tell that, but yeah, I came back.
Trick Lacey is definitely still rare, I would say.
I didn't say anything.
I am I'm on the official channel right now, just so you know. Different than my own, obviously, but I think Trick Lacey is still rare.
Yeah.
Snatched. Snatched. Schmo.
Talk to me. Probably just vote for me.
Yeah, she's definitely not common yet, New Age. More common than she was for sure, right? But definitely not what I would say is common. I've had her for a while too, yeah. Yeah, Blag. Liv is I think the better play. Just if you're in a hurry, right? Liv is definitely, I think, the better play.
Hey, Lana.
But if you're in a hurry and you have, have the shards or whatever, you don't have Liv, that sort of thing, right? I couldn't, it's really hard to say. I couldn't, like, really say what I'm going to end up doing with my roster beyond Gable. I know I'm going to level Gable. But beyond that, I don't know who I'm going to take to 6-star when. There's too many variables, and it depends on the struggles I end up having. Most likely I'll do whatever makes my life easier. Hey, Fifth Element, how are you? So if I'm really struggling on something, then I'll do that. I plan on using Otis and Gable for Showdown, though, so... Love you. No, I'm gonna shard recruit him, Gav. I have enough shards that I have 3,200 I can convert. Used a calculator to check it out. I have enough that I can convert and get him with 800 shards. So I'll get some extra too. There's still 2 weeks left. Boo, just keep doing the stuff you have the whole time. Actually, let's just use Liv. I put Sheik Plate on Liv. It's kind of interesting. I don't know if I like it more than maybe putting La Familia on there, which I haven't tried yet. I do like it more, although I don't have a kick out now. I do like it more than Honky Tonk Blues. My Sheik Plate was sitting around, so... Well, that was easy. So anyway, I mean, Lacey's plenty serviceable. Decent move damage in cycles, so you can just kind of ping back and forth, heal gems. There, you could run her 3-4 different ways, and it wouldn't likely matter. But, yeah. Otis is silly good. What else interesting? Yeah, I use Seth all. Oh, people were asking about HBK. This setup is ridiculous. In feud, you would need Santa Hogan or double MP trainers, either one. I do have a lot of bells and whistles for him. Running Wild, obviously this move damage doesn't matter jack diddly poo for him. It's about the extra black gem damage percentage. So he's sitting at 100 and, 80% with the tiara and stuff. Because we got all that good stuff there. He is stupid good. Oh, what am I doing? Sir. I think he was required on one of these, so I can just use him. Yeah. Should be able to use him here. Ted will have a lot of hit points. They were on the prize wall, Punishment Phil. What prize wall was it, guys? Was it last? Not this weekend, the weekend before? I happened to get 2 sets. So I have 6 Running Wild gems, and I happen to have 2 sets now. 2 usable sets. The Hogan birthday prize wall. The Hogan Bliss thing. Can't tell. I'll just put one here so I don't cascade. Pink. All gone. He's crazy good this way. I used him at 5-star silver in feud. 13 million was the most health I could find, and he drained all of it, so super good. Taker plate would be interesting on this build too. He's probably my favorite right now. Yeah, this super fun too. Super duper fun. I leveled up his moves. HBK is the best striker in the game. One of the best cards in the game, period, in my opinion. This is how I feud with him. Brett should be gold before next Flash feud. Really like the Universal MP down people. And then he's got an Escape Artist plate on him. So he's probably not too much fun for whoever faces him. The Juggernaut gems, you get to put out 3 more Juggernaut gems. So you do a ton of damage in feud with those Jugger gems. You're putting 4 of them, so they're 2 million a tick. So they kill you and them, and then they heal you full in feud. It's kind of hilarious. And I found in feud, if they're not full, I'm just better off swiping real quick if they don't have their MP, and it's really entertaining to watch what happens very quickly. Bummer. Oh well. Actually, yeah, sure, why not? That's close, New Age. This and HBK are probably my 2 favorite cards right now. I also use Mutant Seth a lot. But that's when I don't want to think, because he's very simple. That's great. Getting pinned is the best thing that can happen. I don't want to kick out. Another tick here. And then I'm just going to swipe. It's only doing 500k because there's only 1 here. In feud with 4, it's great. Then it heals you up. And then you can just hit the finisher and win. Because you've done like 4 million damage. Yeah, he actually dies and comes back to life. So, the last feud, on my VOD, I'm pretty sure you can see it actually happen. I get pinned, swiping on turn 2, kills me, kills them. Turn 3, full life and swipe to kick out, and then hit the finisher and pin them. It's super, super fun. Ridiculously fun. And a crazy moveset. Still a favorite, I think, preview I've ever done. Nah, strongest mutant's probably Seth. Seth or Roman. It really depends how you play him. I can win super fast with him, Celis. So, and there's other ways you can play him too. Other ways you can play him too. If you don't like that moveset. Really strong leech gems. Really, really strong leech gems. Big health steal. Choose purple at 6-star. That should help him quite a bit if you want to run leech gems too. Also depends on skill plates and how it all shakes down, but this is actually pretty common too. Is this move set? And you just use the sub to load it. So here, if you don't like the way you're running him with the juggers, Celis, try this way. You want double armor if you have it. Double yellow MP. Let's do that. Could have done that better. Should have done that better. Yeah, he definitely could lose with full health, 100%. Double armor is very effective because the leech gems do their damage regardless. Yeah, so Rocker Sean, if you have a ×7 multiply gem, counts as 7 black gems for that move that does damage per black gem. The jugs are for feud, really. That's where they're really fun. It's okay, Celis. Works that way for Wendy, too. Hall of Fame Wendy. Harder to make her work, but you can do the same sort of thing with Hall of Fame Wendy as well. Sean's just easier to make it work. See if there's... I think the Taker plate would be pretty fun on Dusty, too, if you don't have a tiara. Trying to think if there's anything creative on any of these other ones. Nothing super exciting, probably. Or earth-shattering. Bianca feud build, I think most people have seen that by now. The housekeeper build. The Tapjoy pop-up was definitely annoying. No question. Oh, I guess for this one... Let's just do flat gem damage since I don't have a strap equipped to her and see how this goes. Oh, black and yellow. Yeah, Seamus played. I don't have a good target for you. Mine just sits right now. Double tap joy? Yeah, it was. I think you're being sarcastic, Southside. And I just now caught that. You got me. Dang you. Where's yellow? Where you at? There you are. No one alerted you 1,000,000 times? Yeah, I knew you were being sarcastic. Dang it. Got him. I gotta decide who I'm gonna use my coin Evo on today, the rest of it. Hey, Cotton Tech, how are you? Welcome in to Mondays with Mherex. I am just like super impatient to get Gable. I don't even kind of need to, and I don't really want to, but I might just buy the backstage pass today anyway so I can get Gable sooner. It's terrible because there's no reason whatsoever for me to do that. But I just really want to recruit him and start playing with him. It's really, really, really. No, you don't, Mayo. It's pretty easy, actually. Sadly. I'm gonna stick these on the bottom. Yeah, why not? They should mostly stay alive down there. It's only 3 turns. Right, Miller? Yeah, I'm not worried about any of the other characters. And Gable, I'm just like, I want him right now. Right now. Like, right now. 5 minutes ago, right now. It's horrible. I can't say I did see that one, Top Food. Excellent try, though. I'm not going to, Miller. I just really, really want to. We'll see where I'm at after we open this bag. I think I'm like still like 300 shards away. Nice, Top Food. Also, what did everyone think about the fix to the weekend? This is the first time I think I can remember where they effectively removed all, I guess, or nearly all benefit of the early bird gets the worm, or whatever you want to call it, that typically happens in champs. And everyone got very similar outcome. Personally, I think they actually probably I think this might be the best job they've had getting it right across the board the whole time I've been playing. Like, as far as what's the most fair, I'd say they did a pretty good job, personally. Yeah, I'm like 300 away. We'll see where I'm at after this, Miller. I think, like I said, I think I'm like 300 away. I don't know if I'll have him by Wednesday. Maybe Friday, though. No, yeah, I know exactly what you're saying, Sensei. That's kind of what I mean, right? Like, that's what happens often. So I think this is probably the best job they've done correcting an error. So I do think like it's good, because in a way it does affect a lot of people, even if it doesn't. It just depends on the type of, I guess, player you are. Ooh, Bailey's gonna get her sub stun off on me. That's gonna suck. That's gonna suck. Is there a way around that? I got a lot of board to work with. What's the charge on that? Is that 6 or 7 on the yellow? I think it's 6. Let's hope it's 6. I got enough boardroom to work with. Let's just be safe. Yeah. That's using my noggin. Now if I can just not cascade. Heyo! Big plays. Is it a matter of resources, Truth Nation? I think to me, long term, Snoop has better value longer term. Lex might struggle more, as he's very much all about his subs. Snoop has some other stuff to work with. That being said, Lex's sub is ridiculously strong. But do you have the right trainers and coaches to make that work? For example, to get the choose off turn 1 in feud, you need 2 MP trainers. Do you have that? Generally, quality of life questions. What are you going to use them for? What are you struggling in? Do you have the proper trainers? Because that question is actually super difficult to answer because I don't know your roster. And I think what helped most people the most often is if you get to a place where you can look at the whole of your roster and make decisions based on what makes your life easier. Is it impactful for your roster, if that makes sense? You know? I mean, they're both kind of similar right now. Lex has a bigger sub. Do you have Snoop Silver gear? Lex can do some gem damage, sure. Yeah. Do you need a Hall of Fame slot? Do you need a Showboat slot? Do you have a promoter for either of them? Things like that are all things I would take into factor. But yeah, I thought they did a great job actually with the fix. I just want there to be not so many issues moving forward. You don't have his gear, the proper trainers for both of them. I mean, Lex is going to hit harder. And if you don't have the gear, I would say Lex right now, because Snoop will need double yellow trainer MP if you go the sub lead build. It's assuming you don't need era coverage. You have the trainers, tokens, that kind of stuff. They're both going to need double MP trainers. Lex's sub will hit harder. So yeah, I guess Lex, given that. Okay, you can stop cascading anytime. Well, you definitely can, Bernie, yeah. Lots of pin bar. Mm-hmm. She's just giving me more room. More room. Hit those black gems. Very nice. No, this is technician. Top food you must not have either. You sound very bitter, sir. I think it was pretty easy by design, top food. But yes. Sure. This is also without a strap. She would hit much harder if she was strapped and stuff. I'm gonna be putting a strap, equipping a strap to her, probably sooner rather than later. So I don't know why I just don't do it, to be honest, other than I'm stubborn. I want to say without feud perks, triple green was hit pretty hard with Blaze top food, but it's been a minute. Hey, let's use that pin bar. Whoops, that was not the move in the right sequence probably for that, but that's okay. Actually, maybe we're fine. Let's do this twice. Maybe? Question mark? That's so many gems to count. And you'd think I would cascade in here somewhere. It is me. I don't have any on her right now. Oh, what would I put on her? Depending on the moveset. I mean, the one where you... This one, if you're playing where you blow up the board, Fury for sure, right? Fury for sure. The sub is gonna do most of the work, if I recall correctly. Gets pretty beefy by the time you level it up. Either of them. Slowly but surely. What am I running? I think I put flat gem trainers on because I don't have a strap. Yeah. Flats. Flats across the board. 2200 black, yellow, and then both with Santa. I don't have Tech Bailey, Zandel. I'm still like 150 shards from Bailey. That was on my birthday, so I wasn't around for feud, and I still haven't got her. Bailey's got the stun. I think they're both really, really good. I think you could flip a coin and level the one you want, probably. I don't know. They're both really good. Sure. I mean, he would do, these 8 gems would be 100% harder. But again, flat, I don't have a strap, and she's not fully leveled and stuff. So my gem damage isn't super high, versus the flat. So yeah, Bailey's super sub hits hard. Ronda's would hit hard too, because this is only 6 MP to load it. So you can super sub here with the black sub. So Ronda should hit really hard too. I would say they're both really going to be quite similar. At gold, almost would get really interesting though. Team Hella Hard, for sure. Especially if you're keeping a lot of the X-Brates out like this. That's why I'm putting them on the bottom, to keep them there. You get probably better explosion putting them across the top, but they're much more likely to get broken during the sub. Of course, the second time around like this doesn't really matter, right? In feud, you'd lose a lot of them. But I mean, that's okay because you're choosing to fill things with her anyway. So like this time, what's this move? What is this gonna do? That's gonna make our day not happy if she hits that. So let's not cascade here. So I probably will, like that. And right before the end, we're gonna, I should have used a prop down because she's gonna make me for sure have to use a cash kick out now, which I will do probably. Oh, maybe not. Hey, hey, how about that? Let's gamble. Yeah. Why not? Live dangerously. Oh, nice, Bear Cave. That's getting close. Actually. Eh. Stop filling up that one. All right, fine. You win. Just in case I don't keep you down here, I don't want to use a cash kick out. This should be a pretty decent hit, though. Wasted it. Oh well. Better safe than sorry. That took forever, but it worked. So, Zandel, your question about do I like her or Bailey better? Me and my buddy, he has both of them, and he's trying to decide who to level. And basically, we came down to Bailey has a stun and he likes stuns. And then he's like, but Ronda works on Dom. So we just went back and forth because they both play really similar. Bailey has the stun if you like that. Ronda's the coach for Dom, and he happens to really like Dom, which I do too. Dom is super good. So it, yeah, you're not going to go wrong either way. How are you, housekeeper? Right on, Miller. Honestly, I think Tech Becky might be the better 6-star out of all the techs, to be honest. And she's a lot easier to get shard-wise for the ladies. I don't know that Bailey or Ronda is going to be able to hit anywhere near as hard as Becky. And they're all going to need to cycle, and Becky's going to hit harder each time. This is assuming, of course, gear and Uso plate. So there's that too. Yeah, Tech Becky's really quite good at 6-star. Yeah, at least you can get the gear from this dealie, Bobby Whatchamahoozle. Oh yeah, let's see how many Gable shards I'm at. Give me 100. I'm not greedy. I just want the max. Give me 100. That's not 100. 2665. So I need 300 and some. 320, 25? 335. 335 more Gable shards. Dang it, Janet. Hey, big homie, how are you? I do have enough currency that I can max this one later in the week if they do the cash part again. And I need the coin in TP anyway. So that's 50, 80. That's 100 extra right there. So that would put me down to like 230. How many you get for these coin events? Last 3 milestones or 2? 2? That's 25. So what's today? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That's 100 more. That puts me down to 130 for Thursday. And what's in the TP? $20, $60. That put me down to needing 70. I would like to get it before the weekend, but I don't really want to buy a backstage pass either. And we should have 2 more tours. I don't think I have the required, no, 1 more tour or 2 more. I don't think I'll have the required. I know I don't have Super Stacy. Yeah, there's 2 weeks. Boo, you will. No, I'm gonna 6-star him on talent up, but I will use all of the coin and TP events to level him up. I will 6-star him on talent up for my talent up because I'm not very ready yet. I need to decide who to put coin into today too. He's maxed. I want to max out Boiler on levels too. Let's see. Let me go by class. I don't like spending money, Crazy Dina. That's the problem. I am IR cheap. So I want to work on him, but now's not the time yet. So Strikers, nobody. Powerhouse. Seth needs 10 more levels. I kind of want to put those into him. And then no one else right now. Otis, I'm going to take to gold for sure. Nah, I won't get enough tokens. Won't get 3K tokens though. Definitely want to take Otis to gold. I like being cheap. It's fun. Not real crazy about anyone else there. Trickster, I do want to work Ricochet up because I kind of feel obligated to now. Becky's ready for talent up. I don't need to rush it. Wave 5 loot from heat. I don't know what that means, Don. Probably not if it's loot based. I do want to take Ricochet up actually. So there's the rest of my coin event. Actually, it's probably not the rest. It's probably not even close. Yeah, it's not even close. I mean, I was very adamant that Showboat would have been good recognized. I'm just saying. Not to say I'm saying or I told you so, but I told you so and I'm saying. I really like Gable though. Like really, really like Gable. That means nothing in talent up, so let's just do that. Alright, cool. I mean, Razor's really good. The gear definitely makes a big difference. That just doodahed my whole game. Wow. Alright. Okay. That's a first. I closed out of the app and it didn't, guess we're gonna have to do this way. One second. Well, I restart my blue stacks. That should hopefully do it. Fair enough, recognize. Fair enough. I don't know why I did that. So I have no good excuse for not having worked on Ricochet because I have a lot of stuff that makes him actually good. I'm not really using Z plates anywhere. They're just sitting there. And it's not like I have, I mean, like, I love using Mankind, but I don't have a reason not to work on him because I got the stupid strap with 50% purple gem damage, and I got a Z plate on him, and then I got, hey nerd, what's up, Mr. Insane Joker? And then I actually have these. So I have a purple running wild set. So it's really dumb not to level him up. Whatever though. I have trouble choosing Celis. The exception I make is HBK. I make 3 matches way too often. How are you, by the way, Joker? Who to put coin into? Actually, I run her the multiply set, so levels are very important for her. Nice, off work is the best part. 100% that works mid Carter. You want Tez double fury as much purple gem damage as you can. He's really good that way, like really, really good. Gotta go 4 mil more. That should do it. Hey, I have enough shards that I could now take Molly up if I eat JBLs. Sweet. Yeah, Montez hits super duper hard. That's why he has the tag link that's gem damage as well, with Dawkins for 100% purple gem damage. So he hits really, really hard. What's up, Turbo? But yeah, I like Molly's multiply set. It's pretty good. I mean, Gable first, Celis. Gable first. But then, Molly. No, so I waited till after I was able to do the preview to make my choice, Joker. And I had, my reason for Showboat was threefold. And if when I did the Gable one, I took Showboat because I had played him. I actually did that in the Gable preview. But I was planning on that even before Gable, because I could take JBL with shards. I was really close to Molly, and then I figured Gable would be great. And then after testing Gable, I knew, or doing the preview, then I knew for sure I wanted to take Gable up. So Gable first all the way because he's super duper fun, and that's what I care about. And then Molly, but what? Why you time him out? What'd I miss? And then Molly, I prefer not the defensive build. I actually quite prefer, fair enough, Cotton. The multiply build, which, why am I doing this? I want this here. Which I blame Evo for this one. 10 seconds. I wish I had a better strap, but she doesn't really need a plate anyway. And the purple running wilds will get moved to her with this setup. If I have enough, actually, I think I have enough metal bits to move them. I can show you on stream. No, I think I only have 70k. That's not enough. But I do need to increase this move. Not this one. And not this one. This one, they go to a 2x6. Yep. Obviously, with multiply perks, everything hits harder in feud. But the nice thing about this set is it recycles really easily. Oh, come here. And you have room for Matt. And in the lady game, we don't get a ton of big boom, right? Like, there just isn't a lot. So I really like this setup. And like I said, I blame Evo for this one. He's like, you should use Molly's multi-set. It's actually really good. Where's flat purple? And it's super hard to find a gold you can actually fight on the road. And really all you're going to care about is how hard it hits anyway, right? So I think Bailey is on one of these. Somebody, and I don't have most of the new one unlocked. It hits way harder than you'd think. Granted, like I said, this is on a 5-star silver, but you'll see the damage, which is the important thing. The only thing you have to watch out for is you can make a cascade that can be somewhat unfriendly. If the yellow's right. So you want to be careful where you put this. Otherwise, it recycles flawlessly. And then if you put it like here, you'll get 2 extra multiplies. And then connect to 2 extra purples. This will probably hit for, I don't know. It hits for a lot. Especially if you get any kind of cascade with the multis. And that's only 1.88 there. But again, she's not max levels, and it's not in feud. And I haven't moved my purple running wild over. Right? So you get ×2 on the multiplies, 50% more gem damage on the multiplies. Max her levels out, and then the running wilds, that should be a lot closer to 3. And it recycles and it's fast, and we don't have a lot of that in the lady game. So right now, this is with nothing special, right? Like, it's nothing real great. This is all easily obtainable, epic. I mean, purple gem damage is 95%, but it's nothing amazing, right? You know, the strap isn't good. And she's still got a lot to go on levels. That's a lot more on the base. Okay, so Mherex, yes, here. Fair enough. It's ×1 on the multiply. Fair enough. Hold on. House, yours hit for a lot. Weren't you like 3.5 million or something like that? House, I want to say. There, dear you. So this time we can clip 3 extras, even better. Yeah. And there's just in the ladies game, we just don't have a lot of people that can hit this hard, this fast. I don't know, like, I don't really care about the defensive setups personally. I know that's a fairly big debate, but I don't particularly care too much. And by comparison, outside of feud, this will give you a better idea. I love my Hall of Fame Wendy. Let me run her outside of feud now. So it really wasn't that much weaker, dear you, without Mherex. Let's do Wendy for comparison. My Wendy has a lot better setup as well. Yes, that's the thing. If you have the Showboat promoter, she gets you in and out super fast when there's not another Showboat female that can do that at all. Like, at all. With like that kind of damage and get you points, right? This is assuming 17k Santa, by the way, for Wendy. Harder to set up. You can run her that way. I think you need a line bonus for that, Joker. To be honest, I think you need a line bonus for that. To get a lot out of it. I think Evo was testing it today. You can do it. I haven't messed around with it yet. I like this set with Wendy strictly for speed in feud because it's so dang fast. Oh, I do have bells and whistles on her though. 50% strap and then the tiara. So she has the 50% strap. So keep that in mind for the comparison. But the thing I love about Wendy is she's so simple. You don't like when you're feuding a lot. I love it and hate it at the same time. This is part of what I complain about for feud. But when you're feuding a long time, it's just click and click and click again and you're done. Her levels are maxed as well. Very similar. She clears over 3 million in feud for me, though. But the damage isn't that much different. And she'll clear, like, I want to say, like, 3.5 in feud. And, of course, if I take... So, if you don't have 17k Santa, then you have to run double green trainer on her. And then you do lose Mherex anyway, because making sure you can get all the black gems more consistently, I think, is probably better. If you don't have Matt, you can also run like Dude Love, and then you can do more with this, and not needing to. But they're kind of similar. What's up, Hedberg? So... I would say that Molly's probably going to do close to 3 million in feud. And there's just not a lot of ladies that can get that done quickly. That's why I think it's important or a big deal, right? Like who else really can do that quickly? I mean, I don't know. That's how I tend to look at it. Some of the super subbers, they're all text though, right? What's up, Arcade? Arcade. Like an arcade. I think they're mostly all text with the sub. Rhonda. Bailey. I guess Becky. Trickster. I can go in that group now. but they also are negated by the Icarus, by escape artists if someone has them. So yeah, I think Molly's pretty impressive. Also, if you really want to put a plate on Molly and you have the Rainmaker, keep in mind that's genderless, so it can go on anyone. Have I gotten a decent strap for her yet? Actually, kind of want to see that. If I do. Her and Rhonda both need straps now. Not really. Ugh. Too bad. I wanted a armor. Not terrible, though, nonetheless. I'll probably end up putting the takedown on her. Since I'm going to use the sub build, likely takedown makes sense. Oops. That must mean it's 5 o'clock. And also, ladies, you seems like you rarely run into multiply down coaches because there's so few big boomers. I mean, like Steph and Wendy are about all that gets ran that I can think of, and then you see way more subs and stuff, universal MP downs, that kind of thing, or everyone goes all out offense. Oh, okay. I think I'm probably gonna call that a stream. It's getting dinner time. I've been on for over 2 hours. It doesn't look like anyone's streaming champs, so we won't rate anyone on the official channel. I can do my key pulls, though. Why not? I'm gonna hit skip all, because who wants to watch that? I don't. Yeah, Steph's really solid, too. Oh, 20 Gable shards. Yeah, buddy. 290 to go. These are for Gable. So I like those 800 Lacy shards. Shards all of a sudden have a whole new meaning, right? These are also for Gable. He's defensive too. Also, I try to do this right away or it seems like I forget about it. And I buy my boss breaker currency as soon as I wake up. Except aggressive kind of sucks right now, so I don't want to run out of faction currency, so I don't buy those, but I buy everything else, and then I always buy this one. But I save this one for after the refresh for the quest. Steph's really good too. I just sometimes cascade with her, but she's super good. That's why I use, if I have to pick between them, I use Wendy over Steph. Although Wendy is better if you don't have a line bonus, probably. Except for the pinning thing sometimes gets me. But I'm also cascade prone, but she's awesome. I love Steph. Really, really good. I probably might think about trying a taker plate on her now, as I hear that speeds her up a ton. And might take the bad attitude off and try that. Now that we have so much plate currency, and I have the extra taker plate, I may try that. That could be fun. Also... Anyway, guys, I think I'll call that a stream for today. I appreciate everyone being on. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I do think, kind of to recap, I'm surprised at how they handled the situation. I think they did a good job, because it's one of the few times I can remember where whoever got the early mistake or bonus or whatever you want to call it didn't end up getting it more lopsided. So they were able to get it rolled back. They reimbursed the people who leveled them up's coin and tokens and stuff, and they basically set everything back to even. And then they said, here, everybody have some shards and coin and tokens for your trouble. So I thought they did a good job getting that right. I was happy to see that. I do want to say one more time about the showdown matchmaking that I think is going to become more and more of a problem as we get more and more 6 stars for a lot of people, just like it was at the start of 5s. There's a forum post here. Please post as they're watching that. Tiger made an excellent post explaining it with pictures, exactly what happens. It may not have happened to you this week. I'm sure you've noticed it in the past. Sometimes it's like you're invisible and you don't get attacked at all, and then the next showdown you get like swarm attacked. You'll get attacked 3 times in like 50 seconds or 4 times in like 50 seconds. And well, if you have a really strong defense, that's great. But if you don't, it can really cause you to struggle in showdown and have issues. So forum post, make sure it's coherent and constructive. They said they're going to look into it and see if they can get that sorted out, which will be good as we start to see more 6 stars. That'll become a problem for people that don't have them, and even some people that do too. So anyway, guys, thanks for being on. Appreciate all of you. I hope you have a good night. My channel tomorrow, I probably will stream stuff. I forgot I'm on the Champions. I don't know what I'll stream yet. Wednesday and Friday for sure, Champions on mine. So thanks again, guys. Take care. Appreciate you.